Hello and welcome to Sound of History. I have been looking forward to recording this episode and to play the songs that I'm about to play. I discovered some great songs and I am happy to help spread these further to anyone that is listening. And before I continue, I also want to say that it would be completely impossible to talk about music history without talking about African American influence and in all the ways it has shaped and created music genres throughout history. Black musicians and performers have played a very important role in shaping the history of music since before the 20th century. Their contributions have left a permanent mark on global culture, showing the power of music to transcend boundaries and create a legacy of innovation and inspiration. Throughout music history, African Americans have often been relegated to the role of entertainers for white audiences, which reflects on broader societal dynamics of power and racial inequality. From the era of minstrel shows in the 19th century, where white performers would don blackface to mock African American culture, to the early 20th century, when black musicians were allowed to perform but never fully recognized or compensated for their contributions, many black artists faced systemic barriers as well, including segregation, exploitation, and the appropriation of their work by white musicians and record labels. Despite their foundational influence in music, black artists and performers frequently received less credit and financial reward for shaping the sounds of modern music. In this episode, I am gonna focus on one genre that was very popular around the beginning of the last century, and that was spirituals, which is a genre of Christian music created by African Americans. Spirituals merged different African cultural influences with the experiences of having been forced to live as slaves. And the term spirituals include so-called sing-songs using only voices, work songs, and plantation songs that would later evolve into the blues and gospel songs in church. In the 19th century, the 1800s, the word spirituals referred to these subcategories of African American folk songs. Spirituals were often rooted in biblical stories and also describe the extreme hardships and suffering endured by African Americans who were enslaved from the 1600s until the 1860s. And as we know, even when slavery was officially ended, it didn't really stop the oppression, racism, and suffering for the freed African Americans. So, in this episode, we are about to listen to some lovely songs. And even though they were recorded so long ago and the sound quality is not the best, you can still hear these powerful voices break through the noise and sing straight to you.
Carry me home, sweet home, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home, sweet home, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home, sweet home, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I'm sometimes up, I'm sometimes down, coming for to carry me home. But still my soul feels a heavenly bound, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels are coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me
That was the Fisk University Jubilee Quartet singing Swing Low Sweet Chariot, recorded in 1909. I will begin by talking about the Fisk Jubilee Singers, and they were an a cappella group founded in 1871 at Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. The group was formed to raise funds for the university by performing spirituals and other traditional African American music. And they played a very important role in making this genre known to the public and making it popular. Fisk University was founded in 1865, and that was around 6 months after the end of the Civil War and 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln had declared that all enslaved people in the Confederate States were to be set free. The university's first students ranged in ages between 7 to 70, and all they wanted, their greatest dream, was simply to attend school and to gain an education. Apparently, the Fisk University was at risk of closing, and that made treasurer and music director George Leonard White, a northern missionary, organize a 9-member student choir. The group included 4 men with the names Isaac Dickerson, Ben Holmes, Green Evans, and Thomas Rutling, and 5 women with the names Ella Shepherd, Maggie Porter, Minnie Tate, Jenny Jackson, and Eliza Walker. The group began a US tour later the same year that they were founded under White's leadership, and they were performing to support the struggling school. The name of the group, the Fisk Jubilee Singers, gave name to the term Jubilee Quartets, which was the term used to describe African American religious music, mainly vocal a cappella singing groups in the first half of the 20th century. So the Fisk Jubilee Singers, founded in 1871, we now skip forward to 1909. In December 1909, the Fisk University Jubilee Quartet, new name and now a male foursome, with the members John Wesley Work II, James Andrew Myers, Alfred Garfield King, and Noah Ryder. They were carrying on the legacy of the original Fisk Jubilee Singers of the 1870s. The Fisk University Jubilee Quartet entered the Victor Studios in Camden, New Jersey, to record 12 songs chosen from their concert repertoire. 10 of the songs would eventually be released on 5 different discs, and among the titles were Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, which I just played, and that is one of the best known and beloved spirituals, now firmly established in the canon of American folk song. 2 other songs that were recorded during the same session were I Couldn't Hear Nobody Pray and All Over God's Heaven. And we are going to listen to those 2 songs now.
Nobody pray. I couldn't hear nobody pray. Oh, way down yonder by myself. I couldn't hear nobody pray. Oh, I couldn't hear nobody pray. Couldn't hear nobody pray. Oh, way down yonder by myself. cross, all of God's children gotta cross. When I get to heaven, gonna lay down my cross and gonna shout all over God's heaven. Heaven, heaven, everybody talking about a heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, heaven, gonna shout all over God's heaven. I got shoes, you got shoes, all of God's children got shoes. When I get to heaven, gonna put on the shoes and gonna walk all over God's heaven. Heaven, heaven, everybody talking about a heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, heaven, gonna walk all over God's heaven. I got a song, you got a song, all of God's children got a song. When I get to heaven, gonna sing the song, gonna sing all over God's heaven. Heaven, heaven, everybody talking about a heaven, ain't going there. Heaven, heaven, gonna sing all over God's heaven. Sing all over God's heaven. Sing all over God's heaven.
The second group that I'm going to talk about is the Unique Quartet. The Unique Quartet was a vocal quartet in New York, founded and managed in the mid-1880s by the group's leader and second tenor, Joseph M. Moore. The names of the other members were James Settle, Joe Cason, and R.W. Marks. The quartet is best known for a handful of wax cylinder recordings made in the first half of the 1890s. And they are the earliest known black vocal group to have been commercially recorded, with the first recordings made in December 1890 for the New York Phonograph Company. The Unique Quartet's recording of the song with the title Mama's Black Baby Boy is the earliest surviving wax cylinder recording of an African American musical group, and it was recorded in 1893. And I will now play that recording.
Boy, as sung by the celebrated Unique Quartet. I stood on the lasses from over the jail. I'm a black baby boy. I spilled all that sweetness all over myself. I'm a black baby boy. He would send me to school most every day. I'd pick up my book and I'd run away. And when I come home, my mama, she would say, what would she say, honey? I'm a little black baby boy. I'm a mama baby boy. I'm a mama baby boy. All day, down to feel my mother, I'm a mama baby boy. He keeps me 10 cents to buy me some gum. I'm a mama's black baby boy. I stepped in a saloon and I bought me some rum. I'm a mama's black baby boy. I staggered and stumbled all over the place, and the mud hit the splatter all into my face. And the people all say I was a disgrace. I'm a mama's black baby boy. I'm a mama baby boy. I'm a mama baby boy. All day, I'm a baby mama, I'm a mama baby boy. I'm a mama baby boy. I'm a mama baby boy.
The Dinwiddie Colored Quartet was a group that was founded in 1898 as a Jubilee Quartet under the name the Dinwiddie Quartet, without the colored in the middle. They were formed to benefit the Dinwiddie Normal and Industrial School of Dinwiddie County in Virginia. It was the first African American high school built in the county during the segregation era. Around 1902, the members of the group decided to drop out of school and were instead touring as a part of a vaudeville show. And it is believed that the group had disbanded by 1904. The Dinwiddie Quartet is believed to be the first black vocal quartet to record on disc. The names of the members of the group were Sterling Rex, J. Clarence Meredith, Harry B. Cruder, and James Mantell Thomas. In October 1902, they recorded 6 sides for the Victor Talking Machine Company under the name of the Dinwiddie Colored Quartet. Recorded in separate sessions over 2 days, 2 of the songs that they selected were Down on the Old Campground and Steal Away. And we are going to listen to those 2 songs now.
Down on the old campground, tune shot by the Dinwiddie Colored Quartet. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground.
The little white stone came rolling down,
Way down your campground.
and rolled like thunder to the ground.
Way down your campground.
You say you're aiming for the sky.
Way down your campground.
Why don't you stop your telling lies?
Way down your campground. Oh, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground. Oh, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground.
You say your Jesus set you free.
Way down your campground.
Why don't you let your neighbors be?
Way down your campground.
Some go to church for sing and shout.
Way down your campground.
And before 6 months are done turned out.
Way down your campground. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground.
You come to my house for the drink of my feet.
Way down your campground.
Then you run around town and talk about me.
Way down your
Oh,
campground.
some go to church for to show their clothes.
Way down your campground.
I'm always getting up and running outdoors.
Way down your campground. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground.
Down in the barnyard on my knees.
Way down your campground.
I thought I heard that chicken sneeze.
Way down your campground.
He sneezed so hard with a whooping cough.
Way down your
That
campground.
sneezed his head and tail right off.
Way down your campground. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground. There's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, there's a Jubilee, way down your campground. Steal Away by the Dinwiddie Colored Quartet.
Steal away, long to be in my song. I run along to stay.
Now I am going to talk about the Invisible Male Quartet. I have not found any information about the members or much information about the group at all. But it seems like when you listen to the recordings that the group consisted of both men and women. I have found 2 recordings, and both are from 1903. And let's talk about the first record with the title Camp Meeting Jubilee. There are 2 African American spirituals in this recording. And as you can hear, between the singing, there is also religious dialogue and banter by African American characteristics of the early 1900s. And this type of record, where you combine music with the humorous dialogue and skit, wouldn't become popular until 20 years later in early country music. And what is worth noting is that the first song contains the lyrics, "We've been rocking and rolling in your arms, rocking and rolling in your arms, in the arms of Moses." This is believed to be the first use in an audio recording with the phrase rock and roll, although in the context of a religious and spiritual one, rather than its later non-religious use. The name of the song on the second record is called Farmyard Medley, and we are going to listen to both these recordings now.
Camp Meeting Jubilee rendered to the xylophone by the Invincible Quartet. Where have you been, Brother Johnson, since I've been so long gone? Oh, I've been down in the alley shooting crap with the coon, and my body keeps rolling on. Where have you been, Sister Dinah, since I've been so long gone? I've been down to the meeting house and got to the sinners, and my body keeps rolling on. Yes, honey Rover. Keep on rock and roll me in your arms, rock and roll me in your arms, rock and roll me in your arms, in the arms of Moses. Now then, my dearly beloved brothers and sisters, I was going to call on Sister Dinah to get right up here and relate her experiences. Yes, indeed, my brothers and sisters. I want all you niggas down yonder in the morning pew ought to wake up now. Wake up, yes, wake up. Wake up now, wake up now. And to pick up that golden crown and to walk up yonder on them golden feet in them wet feet. Yes, indeed. Whip them out. Spin them out. Go now. Spin them out. Spin them out. Did you ever hear tell of the devil? And the devil I'm trying to come up from below. Home in his mouth like the cotton in the game. Oh, give me some of that shit. Give me some of that shit. Yes, and heels on him like spackle leaves. Oh, my. Yes, and I want all you chicken grabbers down yonder in the back seat. Unless you get better, the devil I'm trying to get you all. The congregation will now join in singing Who Built the Ark. Then who built the ark? Noah. Who built the ark? Noah built the ark. Then who built the ark? Noah. Who built the ark? Noah. Building. Noah built the ark. The Farmyard Medley rendered to the xylophone by the Invincible Quartet. once or twice, and the robin redbreast sang among the trees, among the trees. The crows in the meadows they go. The goats join the chorus with us. The dogs in the alley, they go bow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. And the chickens and the roosters, they go. Then the great big turkey gobbler, why he makes a noise like this. And the niggers in the barnyard, they all say, hush and hush, don't you make a noise, while the old man's sleeping. Run down the barnyard and wake up the boys, and you'll have a little banjo beating. Dancing on the old barn floor.
Goodness gracious, now that nasty dog that been kicking me, eh?
Confound that dog. Give me one of those rocks over there and I'll fix him. That's right, give it to him.
Now we continue with the Tuskegee Singers. I wasn't quite sure where to place them in this timeline. I read that the Tuskegee University has had choirs singing African American spirituals since the 1880s. But now I'm talking about the Tuskegee Institute Singers specifically, and they were created in 1914 as, one of the famous University Jubilee style quartets. The first constellation of this quartet consisted of the students Hiram H. Thwett, John F. McElmore, Warren Logan, and Robert H. Hamilton. Hamilton led the group and arranged many of their performance pieces. I will now play 4 of their recorded songs. The year of the recordings are unknown, unfortunately, but I would estimate that they are recorded somewhere between from when the group was formed in 1914, maybe up until 1917, 1918. The titles of the songs are My Way a Cloudy, I'm Rolling, I've Been Buked and I've Been Scorned, and lastly, Most Done Traveling.
I pray. Oh, Christian, won't you help me? Won't you help me in the service of the Lord? I'm a rolling, I'm a rolling, I'm a rolling through this unfriendly world. I'm a rolling, I'm a rolling through this unfriendly world. I've been used and I've been scorned. I've been duped and I've been scorned. I've been duped and I've been scorned. I've been talked about, sure you born. I ain't going to lay my religion down. I ain't going to lay my religion down. I ain't going to lay my religion down. Ain't going to lay my religion down. God, been here and bless my soul. God, been here and bless my soul. Children, God, been here and bless my soul. God, been here and bless my soul. I've been abused and I've been scorned. I've been abused and I've been scorned. I've been abused and I've been scorned. I've been talked about, sure you oh, it's a mighty rocky road. Most unraveling, a mighty rocky road. Most unraveling, a mighty rocky road. Most unraveling, I found to carry my soul to the Lord. I found to carry my soul to my Jesus. I'm bound to carry my soul to the Lord. I'm bound to carry my soul to my Jesus. I'm bound to carry my soul to the Lord. My mother's on the road, most unraveling. My mother's on the road, most unraveling. My mother's on the road, most unraveling. I'm bound to carry my soul to the Lord. I'm bound to carry my soul to my Jesus. I'm bound to carry my soul to the Lord. I'm bound to carry my soul to my Jesus. I'm bound to carry my soul to the Lord.
Another African American vocal singing group was the Four Harmony Kings, and they were formed in 1916. They appeared in vaudeville for many years, and they first recorded under the name of Lieutenant Jim Europe's Four Harmony Kings in 1919. With the name Four Harmony Kings, they made recordings between 1921 until 1929, and they were very popular in the early 20th century. The name of the members were William A. Hunn, William Howard Barry, Charles Exodus Drayton, Ivan Harold Browning, and Paul Robeson. The first song that I'm going to play is called One More River to Cross. That's River with B. That's how it reads on the label. It was recorded in 1919 with the name of the group being Lieutenant Jim Europe's Four Harmony Kings. The other song that I'm going to play has the title My Lord's Gonna Move This Wicked Race. And it was recorded in 1924 with the name of the group being Four Harmony Kings. When doing the research for this episode, I stumbled across many quartets, Jubilee singers, vocal groups. The word quartet could be spelled in two different ways, and you had quartets and vocal singing groups with the same names. Sometimes the name of the group was spelt differently. Sometimes the group had one previous name and then they changed their name to something else. And there are a lot of recordings out there, and the people that are singing on the records is unknown, unfortunately. Sometimes the record labels would just find a vocal group and record, or maybe they would put together a group themselves just to record and sell records. Not all vocal singing groups were all black. You, of course, had singing groups where there were both white and black people singing, and you had also quartets or vocal singing groups that were all white. But since spirituals originates from African American culture and singing tradition, I wanted this episode to be specifically only about African American quartets and vocal groups. And with all of that said, I'm now going to talk about the Southern Four. The Southern Four was also an African American vocal quartet, and there is no information about them, unfortunately, except that they recorded for Edison in 1921 in New York. And we are going to listen to their only recording that is known, and it has the two songs Good News, Chariots Coming and Oh Mary, Don't You Weep, Don't You Moan.
Good news, chariots coming with news. Good news, chariots coming with news. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming with news. Good news, chariots coming with news. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave me behind. There's a long white robe in the heaven I know. There's a long white robe in the heaven I know, and I don't want to leave me behind. There's a starry crown in the heaven I know. There's a starry crown in the heaven I know, and I don't want to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave me behind. There's a golden harp in the heaven I know. There's a golden harp in the heaven I know, and I don't want to leave me behind. There's silver slippers in the heaven I know. There's silver slippers in the heaven I know, and I don't want to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave me behind. There's a ring for me in the heaven I know. There's a ring for me in the heaven I know, and I don't want to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave me behind. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming. Good news, chariots coming, and I don't want to leave Oh about glory and tell all the news. Sparrows only got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you be. Oh, Mary, don't you be don't you moan. Oh, Mary, don't you be don't you moan. Sparrows only got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you be. Oh, Mary, don't you be don't you moan. Oh, Mary, don't you be don't you moan. Sparrows only got drowned.
The vocal harmony group, the Norfolk Quartet, released many records between the years 1921 until 1940, primarily labeled as the Norfolk Jubilee Quartet. The other name of the group that they also used was the Jazz Quartet, which was used when the group recorded non-religious material. They were founded by bass singer Len Williams and baritone Delroy Hollins. The group was performing in public as early as 1919 with Otto Tuston and James Buddy Butts singing tenor. Hollins acted as manager for the quartet, and they had their rehearsals at his home in his living room. During the early 20th century, they were mainly a performing vaudeville group specializing in blues and jazz, but also capable of singing gospel. Already from the beginning of the group, their signature sound was shaped by Len Williams, who anchored each song with scat-like rhythmic patterns in the bass, which were strongly influenced by the jazz music of the time. They made their first records in 1921 under the name the Norfolk Jazz Quartet, and we're going to listen to 3 of their songs that was recorded during those sessions. The first song has the title Jelly Roll Blues. Second song is called Wide Wide World, and third song is called Southern Jack.
I'm going to respond to get my jelly boil cold and getting folks up north going to let my jelly boil, oh jelly. Oh, my jelly. Goes out the way, my jelly roll. Now I want you to if I give anything in this wide world. Why? Just 'cause you love you, love you. Just 'cause you love you. But yeah, has gone and left me. Don't think she left me all alone. Oh, then she promised to get married. Don't say that she left home. Oh, then she took me all her drunken. Don't think she's all I gotta do. If I give anything in this wide world. Why? Just 'cause you love you, love you. Just 'cause you love you. Now, boys, everybody gal is my gal, Lord, and your gal is my gal too. Now, Ponty, if you don't be really careful, I'm gonna leave right over you. Now, Ponty, if that's your gal, you better do your side. She plays my friend, I'm gonna let her ride. Everybody's gal is my gal, and your gal is my gal too. I mean, your gal is my gal too. Oh, oh, oh. Everybody's gal is my gal, and your all names on those things. I keep money getting real hard. That's the free from high. Everything you do is put the shovel in your coal. Put your head out when you see the driver. That's He's only born for the challenger. Don't look down the line of the first thing you do, you put your shovel in your coal. You want the way to see the ground. That's all the line of He's only born for the challenger.
Now I will talk about not a quartet, but a sextet. And the name of the group is the Wise Man Sextet. The only information I have about the Wise Man Sextet is that the group consisted of 4 male and 2 female singers, and the group made some recordings between 1923 until 1926. We are going to listen to 2 songs. First song is called On Calvary, and second song is called Lord, I Can't Stay Away. And they were both recorded in 1924.
Calvary.
present on this record one of the most typical of the real Negro spirituals and one of the most effective in revival meetings. You will hear it here with its quaint minor and all the peculiar turns, just as you would hear it from one of the most primitive congregations of the real South. Lord, I can't stay away. Lord, I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I got to go to judgment to stand my trial. Got to go to judgment to stand my trial. Got to go to judgment, stand my trial. I can't stay away. Lord, I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I got to go to heaven to live with Jesus. Got to go to heaven to live with Jesus. Got to go to heaven to live with Jesus. I can't stay away. Lord, I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. They're coming from the east, coming from the west, coming from the north, coming from the south, coming on the rainbow, coming on the cloud. I can't stay away. Lord, I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. I can't stay away. Lord, I
Yet another African American vocal singing group that there is no information about is the Southern Male Quartet. And I would just like to play to you their recording from 1924 with the song Deep River.
Deep river, my home.
It is getting close to the end of this episode, but before I go, I would like to share some big news. Just a few months ago, in the end of 2024, the news broke that the earliest known country song ever recorded has been discovered. It was made in 1891, which means it was recorded 30 or so years before fiddlers from Texas, Oklahoma, and Georgia started recording a new genre of music that they called hillbilly. A black Creole man with the name Louis Vanier is the artist behind the recording, singing a song called Thompson's Old Grey Mule. In an article written by the Washington Post, you can read that the discovery was made when a collector named John Levin had bought a box of wax cylinders at an auction a decade ago. It turned out that those cylinders were the oldest commercial medium of recorded music, which sat in his house for years, until one day when Levin decided to put one of the decaying cylinders onto his custom player. And when he did, a 133-year-old country song began to play. When hearing the recording, Levin immediately knew that he had struck gold, calling the never-before-heard track a true unicorn. When it comes to early recordings, unicorns are classified as cylinders that are known to exist but has never been found. And now, a specialty record label named Archeophone, devoted to restoring recordings dating back to the 19th century, has released a 45 RPM record of the 1891 performance. When researching Louis Vanier, the label's co-founder Rich Martin stumbled upon the fact that the oldest country recording was a recording of a black man. And this very much changes the narrative that it was white musicians that had created country music. That was all I had to share for this time, and I am saying goodbye now. And until next time.